In the following code segment, a new programmer has attempted to aggregate templated classes. They have encountered several compiler issues. From the list below, identify all the issues with the code. So let's go through the code and be able to see what we can identify before even looking at the list. We see that we have valid libraries and #define directives. And we see here in class A that we have T the T and U the U, but we only have a template for class T here. So one of the answers is going to be that we don't have a U template for class A, and that is choice A. Next, we look at the default constructor and we see that we have the U and the T. From our understanding of the data stack in the heap, we understand that we want to put these in the correct order so that way we properly allocate the pointers. So the default constructor is in correct order, and that is choice C. We look at the overloaded constructor, we see that this appears to be correct. But here what we want to do is in the constructor, we want to bring this in as const. And the reason why is in the event that we want to allocate a new object in the constructor, calling it by passing by const, but calling by reference will allow us to do that without a compiler error. And that is choice E. Next, we look at the two get methods for get the T and get the U. We know that when we want to construct a class, that any method that performs an operation but doesn't make any changes on the private member should be const. Therefore, this method get the T is incorrect. We need to label it as const. So that's going to be choice F. So now let's go down here. We see that we have T, T and U, the A, and V, the V. We need both of these, so that has to be done correctly. And we have a V, so the template here is good. We look at the constructor and we notice something before the constructor is called. In a class, we have to identify what is public. Everything is by default private. You can't have default private constructors. Therefore, we have to have the public keyword here, which is H. We see that we have the A and the V. The A has a default constructor, so this is valid. And the V is valid as well. Here, this is correct, and they're in the correct order. We see that this constructor as well is defined correctly. We can actually create the A and read in T in and U in, since there is a constructor that allows us to do this. And the V, V in is acceptable. There are several issues with this friend operator. First, we want to have const and call by reference for the element that we're printing in. Next, we can access the V here because it's a private member, but we have called by reference and it's const. And we have get the T and get the U. So this is correct. But we also notice that when we have to do OStream that we have to return. So we're missing the return statement here for out. And the other thing we should notice is that standard OStream needs to be returned with a call by reference. Finally, we take a look in main, and we see that A, B, and B appear to be all done correctly. And then we call the overloaded operator. So to review, choice A, choice C, choice E, choice F, choice H, choice L, choice M, and choice N are the correct answers.